This week's DRM Not Included on F5 Live Refreshing Technology is proudly powered by Amazon Prime. We all know that you get free shipping on millions of products with Amazon Prime, but you get a whole lot more. Like free music with Amazon Prime Music, free TV, movies, and documentaries with Amazon Prime Video, free games, and a free Twitch subscription to support the content creator of your choice with Amazon Prime Gaming, plus a whole lot more. We've got links to all of these features and some of our favorites, plus a 30-day free trial, all by going to f5live.tv/prime. TikTok and parent company ByteDance received a pretty hefty fine from the European Union this week, $368 million. It came from Ireland's Data Protection Commission, in particular, surrounding youth protection. They have similar laws in place to what we have here in the U.S., the COPA, the Child Online Privacy Protection Act. Was that it? Yep. And in 2018, the Federal Trade Commission fined ByteDance over Musical.ly, which was the same thing that TikTok is now, for violating COPA. And here we have the EU fining them. What were they unhappy about? When you created a new account, you obviously had to put in your age. If it is a youth account, TikTok would make those accounts public by default. So you'd have to know that. You'd have to go change the setting to make it private. When you posted a new video, it would also default new posts to public for children's accounts. That obviously makes no sense. It's a huge privacy violation for children. Another one was part of the family pairing feature. So a kid's account gets paired to a parent's account. The parent can then make changes to the kid's app settings and account settings. One of the settings that they allowed the parent to change without even informing the kid was turning on public messaging, which is obviously not great. All of a sudden, you're receiving messages from people you don't know when you're 13, and you were pretty sure that you had it set so you couldn't receive public messages. And, you know, people messaging kids on these platforms can get real dicey real quick. So not even informing them was a problem. TikTok responded saying that they did not believe that these that this fine was appropriate, in particular because all of the violations mentioned in the fine had been resolved before the investigation began. That, however, does not absolve you from mistakes of the past. Just because you've cleaned up your act now does not necessarily mean that you did not make mistakes in the past. So it looks like this is going to go ahead, $368 million fine to TikTok. We've known about these issues for a long time. Like I said, the FTC sued and fined them for literally the same issues in 2018. So this isn't something that wasn't already known when this investigation began. So for me, Avram, I think this totally makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta punish them. I mean, if you commit a crime, you gotta get. It doesn't matter if you did, if you change the rule. Otherwise, everybody could just wait until they're caught and be like, "Oh yeah, no problem, no harm, no foul," right? So yeah, they have to look out. Like they have to look out for kids' privacy. Look out for everybody's privacy.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully this chastens them somewhat. I mean, that's a good amount of money. So, if it's not a good amount of money, then it's not going to chasten them, right? So,
yeah, I mean, and So we look at this, 368 million. 368? Yeah, 368 from the EU compared to 5.7 million from the Federal Trade Commission in 2018 and 15.7 million from the UK in April of this year. The EU is saying, we want you to remember this one.
Yeah, I mean, heck, all they would have needed to do, all ByteDance would have needed to do is just hold a casino ransom, and they could have paid off the other two debts. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, they need to be. I mean, they look. I'm sure they can afford it, and if it hits them in the pocketbook, that's exactly the point. So,
Yeah. And
gotta
368 is a large amount of money. I mean, even for, let's to go back to your reference, let's say MGM at $18 million a day was what they were losing. Even at $18 million a day, this is a lot of days. Right?
yes, yes,
So
yes.
so it is something that's going to leave a mark.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, hopefully, hopefully it gets them to continue uh, to, to clean up their act. Like, I'm not one that thinks that TikTok should be banned. I think, there's a lot of social media that's doing that's messing with people's privacy, and I think some of the panic about TikTok is a bit overblown, and also is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of smacks of people trying to sort of like look the other way when American businesses, social media companies do stuff, but this is a one that's based in China, so therefore we're going to crack down on them. I you know I mean, so I don't know enough about their ties to the Chinese government or whatever, but I feel like there's a lot of people who want TikTok to fail because it's a competitor.
Sure.
And but like everybody else, they have to be held to account.
Yep. And it looks like that is exactly what happened here. Hello, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of F5 Live Refreshing Technology. If you did, please subscribe to the channel down below, and of course hit the notification bell because we know that subscriptions don't mean much on YouTube anymore. If you've got topics that you'd like us to talk about in the future, please comment them down below. And if you'd like to not follow us on YouTube, there's lots of ways that you can follow along with our content by going to plughitslive.com/subscribe. There you'll see all of our shows and all of the ways that you can watch, listen, and follow along.